YouTube? This is Madcock83. Today I'm going to show you a new EMC farm with the new Project E. It's a take on one I saw earlier today by Sironyx MC. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but it was a very quick, very fast, very basic EMC generation. So I took his idea and added a little bit to myself. His is basically along these lines here. You want to put a trash can down there at the bottom. Put you a pulverizer here. Energy condenser here. Energy condenser here. Transfer node. Transfer pipes. Put some boosters in there. That, and you need some form of power here. And something to go ahead and get that started. Oh yeah, that's right. These are already pre-made with all these little modifiers added. These three here, which make it go extremely fast and use a lot of power, but you're going to want them to go fast in order to be able to make this. This is the basic idea. What this is doing is pulverizing those blaze rods into 5 blaze powders. Those automatically dump into here and make more blaze rods, and they'll eventually just come over here. Let's see. Maybe we can just use diamonds to. As you can see, that's how fast it's rocking and rolling, which is this simple setup. All you have to do is provide it with power. Mine actually takes on this and kind of doubles it up. The byproduct you're getting here is just getting dumped. That's what the trash can's for. If you didn't dump it, then it would clog up the whole system. My setup is completely self-contained. There, that's a little loud. Basically, if you just looked right here, it's the exact same setup. The only difference is I've done it on 3 extra sides. This one over here is pretty much the exact same thing over there, except smaller, more compact, and it goes underground just a little bit. My reason for leaving it this way is so you can kind of see how I did this. Again, they're all pulling to this chest here, making diamond blocks. Underneath it, it comes out and drops into this deep storage unit. Right here you could actually use anything you wanted to, any kind of storage. I just chose this because I'm making the one thing. And then you have another one, another energy collector here, making mud pie, which is going into this generator from extra utilities, and this is making the power for the pulverizers and this simple cutoff. Yeah. These are simply set up to just add 1 diamond whenever this is empty, so you're not constantly pulling everything out of here. Now this is particularly made with the DNS pack. Generally all these mods are stuff you're going to find, and all that up there is everything you would need to do this. Just kind of pause it and take a look, because I'm not going to go through it. This is not early on. This is definitely after you've got a good bit of supplies together. We're actually going to throw this together real quick. I'm going to show you how I built it. And if I go a little too fast, please take a look. Slow it down and take a look. I'm going to put them like this because I have this output here. And actually what we could do, I also have them set to only work on a high redstone, so I'd be able to cut them off and on. But I'm actually going to configure this to do them both. So it'll take the sulfur that it also gets and use it too, since it has an EMC value. And what I'm going to do is copy that one. Yeah, there we go. And we want them feeding back into the outside energy condensers. Oh, where transport bytes. So, build all that. We want to making blaze rods. Read. I'm gonna let myself. There. I also have item filters to only pull out certain things like blaze rods, but I actually found that I don't think you really need them. We'll use diamonds here again to see how fast we're actually making it. Now for the fun part, get down underneath the roll. And here, we're going to something else. Put that. Put some of those. And we'll want our, we're actually not going to need our trash cans. But what we don't want is that right there. You can cover these just to keep that from happening if you so feel like it. Not really necessarily needed. There's that. We're going to get some conduits from Ender.io. And again, you could use all those, but the transfer nodes seem to work a hair a bit faster. So we're going to do redstone signals and energy. So going to keep them, hook them up like so, so the redstone signal follows them along. And again, you can do this any way you feel. This is just the way I did it right off the bat. I'm going to put the switch up there. We can cut this thing off and on. Actually, I'm going to put it over here. Now this will be bringing out our final product, our diamonds. And we're going to want to store them. So once we turn it on, it's going to start taking the blaze rods, making us some diamonds, and storing them all here. Now here's where we need to power this. How we're going to set this up. I'm sure there are actually other ways to do this. I was blanking on exactly how to do it, but I know Buildcraft allows you to keep at least, oops, alright, at least one item. At least one item in there. We're going to put some stuff right there. What we're going to tell this is inventory is empty. Red pipe signal. And we're going to tell this if it gets a red pipe signal to single energy pulse, which means it'll pull one item out. Now, this took a lot of playing with to figure out which engine to use here. I was using the Ender one where you put Ender pearls into it, but it was just barely not keeping up. It let one engine eventually die down and stop working. This engine, I'm going to pull my stuff up here, is the number of hunger bars filled times 10 RF per tick. MudPie happens to fill up 10 hunger bars, and it's very cheap, so it's 100 RF per tick. The only thing extra you need to do is give it one more energy conduit so there's two connections. After that, you are golden. You're very good to go. We're a little bit short on upgrades. Do that. Put those upgrades there. put that there. Set this to make us some mud pies. I'll drop one diamond in there to get us started. And there we go with our energy. And you gotta kind of jump start the engine. You gotta give it a little bit of something so it can make the first sets, if that makes sense. This one already? No. And then of course turn them on. And then we can cover all those back up. It's officially running, and that's how fast it makes diamonds. It moves very fast. And of course, if this ever runs out, which we can make it do right now, it's going to pulse, bring over one of whatever this is, make more, and fill itself up. Now what this will do once it fills all the way to the top, every time a little bit of energy is drawn out of it, it'll eat a mud pie, basically, and make some more energy, but the cost is so low in the EMC of the mud pie that you're not really losing that much. And this just continues to make more and more. And of course you can use anything you want in here. My examples were using diamond blocks. And this one seems to kick them out pretty fast, as you can see. Every time that bar fills up, that's one diamond block. Same over here. This one's just been running a lot longer. Now, every time you pulverize a blaze rod, you get 4 blaze powder, I believe. If you do this with the rotary macerator, you get 5 blaze powders. This is basically the complete same setup. The only difference is I'm using power converters to change RF over to EU to make this thing run. And that's just one rotary macerator doing all this. I built something it's the exact same concept as over there, it just looks a little different. The extra blaze powders are going here first to make the mud pie. I'm sorry, the blaze rods are making the mud pie to energize it, and the extras are going up here making red matter furnaces, 2.5 million EMC per, and they're building up pretty fast. Actually, I'm pretty sure this one's a lot faster than the other ones. This one's actually extremely fast. That's a diamond every half second or second or so. And it uses a ton less energy. I don't know if this is a bug in power converters that doesn't convert to the proper amount, but this uses a lot less energy. And every one of these is adjustable as how many rotary macerators or pulverizers you want to use. Technically with this setup you could just my guess would be like so. As long as you all set them up right, this one could keep going and keep feeding down to here and be extremely fast. The only thing is you got to look at is the power production. I don't know how much power this may actually take to do. I may also put up some other videos of some much smaller EMC generation, how you would get started in a world and build your way up to this point. Like I said, this is most of the stuff you need to make it. All this stuff up here has EMC values, so once you make one you can make more. These are the only things that don't, and this this generator will probably be the one that takes you the longest to get. And the Target, oh, blood moon's coming in here. The basic gate, the Target pulsar would probably be some fun trying to make it take you a little bit longer, but for the most part, it's all EMC related. And like I said, this one's a little smaller and kind of my Mach 2 version. But yeah, so there you go. Have a good day.